What's up guys, my name's Tomb and welcome back to Mushroom Oasis, where we're gonna see what exactly Michael was trying to do with us in the woods. Last time we played this game we turned into a mushroom. I have no intentions of mushrooming again. That was no fun. My cat is Lodi. Loon and Dodie. Makes a Lodi. Alright, I'm just gonna I'm gonna breeze through all this until we get back to Michael's house. Back to where we were, because it's kind of all the same if you're wondering what's going on. With all that clicking that's happening right now, all you need to do is just, there's going to be a link. It's going to be a link somewhere, probably up in that direction. Yep, probably up in that direction, and it's going to be for the previous video where we read every last bit of all this good stuff. We read through it all. That's the caller. He's adorable. He really is adorable. He's got a cynical little smile, but he did say he was trying to save me from the forest. So maybe he is a good guy. Just a good guy with a creepy atmosphere. He's got a bit of a creepy atmosphere, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, there he goes. There he goes using his... Does he have spore power? Maybe he's using his spore abilities to keep me from going back to the forest spore abilities. Like he's trying to outpower it so he can have a friend. Maybe he was once a human who outpowered the spores. And now he's trying to make a human friend so that we can live in peace. And knit. He likes to knit. Okay, here we go. We're back in the kitchen. Here we go. This is where we decided to leave him last time. But we're not going to do that this time. We're having dinner. We stepped into the kitchen, a fragrant smell of cooked potatoes and meat hanging in the air. 2 plates had been set out on a small circular table, completed with utensils and 2 mugs of tea. I wasn't expecting guests today, so the food is nothing fancy. But join me for dinner? He looked so hopeful, ears drooping. You'd feel so bad if you said no. Of course I'll stay for dinner! Of course I will! Of course I'll stay! Michael's jaw dropped for a second before he quickly recovered. Yeah, of course! Here, come sit. I'll serve up the cottage pie in a minute. Oh, you make cottage pie in your cottage? That's so ironic. I sat as instructed, my stomach rumbling something fierce as the smell was the only thing I could focus on. Yeah, this was definitely the right choice. You have no idea. What was so important that you had to leave so soon? The outside world can wait. You could stay here and enjoy my company. Oh, actually, I should ask, are you okay with meat for dinner? I could make something else for you if that's not your preference. How many endings are there, and does my preference of meat change that? I like meat. I'm cool with meat. I'll eat meat. I mean, he cooked meat. He likes meat. I'll eat meat. I'm not gonna send him out of his own way. Oh, okay. You'll be having the same dinner as me then. Did you drug the meat? Is that what this is getting at? I have faith in no one at this point. I have faith in no one. Michael pattered around the kitchen with an almost giddy excitement. He put on a knitted pair of oven mitts, humming as he stooped down and pulled out a steaming tray of pie from the wood stove. The smell. It filled the kitchen in an instant. As he brought it to the table, my stomach was rumbling louder in response. Oh, he's adorable. Look at him go. I'm pretty sure Michael could hear it, but he just smiled as he served up our portions. He discreetly cut me a bigger piece, which I was grateful for. Ah, looks good, man. He's a good cook. Good job, man. It looks so good. The crust was a nice golden color, streaked with crisp lines and garnish. The meat and veggie filling looked absolutely delectable, the savory sauce leaking onto the plate. My mouth was watering, unsurprising considering the fact I hadn't eaten all day. Careful now, it's still hot. It was fair advice, but I didn't wait for more than 2 blows before biting into my first forkful. Ah, it was definitely way too hot to eat straight from the oven. Michael kept a polite expression, the corner of his mouth lifting as he panted with the little piece still in his mouth. He gave me a few seconds to recover, elbow planted on the side of the table. Is it good? I nodded vigorously, even though my taste buds were burning. I couldn't taste anything. He laughed. It's usually better on the second bite. I slowed down, hand on my mouth as Michael poked his fork into his own slice. I tentatively blew on the pie to make sure it was cool before taking another bite. He was right. The second bite was a lot better. The seasoned potato crust was nice and crisped on top, cheesy and creamy in the middle. The savory meat filling was well cooked and bursting with flavor. Every bite felt like home. My host was watching me enjoy the meal from across the table. Do you like it? Yeah, it tastes amazing, Michael. He flushed from the compliment, rubbing the back of his neck. I see, I don't know, they're really digging into, like, the style of the food and the taste of the food and the photos of the food. Like, it's a lot about the food. So maybe I shouldn't be eating the same exact thing he's eating. Maybe I should be eating veggies. Is that what? I don't know when I'm making the wrong decisions, because there's such subtle things on some of these. Like, oh, do you want to stay? Do you want to go? Like, well, okay, well, it got more spookier on that one. Maybe this isn't very subtle. You know what? Maybe I just am good at making bad decisions. I'm glad. I like to think of myself as a decent cook, but I've never been able to get anyone else's opinion on that. Do you like baking in particular? Not always. I usually go for simple dishes with any ingredients available. I nodded amicably, though didn't say much else. I was more focused on scarfing down dinner, which thankfully Michael didn't seem to mind. The overall atmosphere was nice and homey, and I could hear Michael tapping his feet from underneath the table. I guess he was happy to have someone stay for dinner. It did seem like he lived alone, judging by the surroundings in his cabin. So, he perked up instantly, his focus solely on me. What made you want to live all the way out here? The place seems very isolated. Oh, well, when you look at me, it's kind of easier to live out of sight from everyone else. A pang of guilt shot through my chest. I was giving him a hard time about how he looked, too. He must have sensed it clear as day on my face. No, not that you're one of them. You've actually been nicer than most. Though, I wonder if... His smile turned strained. Never mind. My point is, it's better here than anywhere else. Why don't you try the tea, Firefly? He seemed uncomfortable now, easing into a different topic. It's probably best to follow along. Oh, sure. I reached towards my mug, only to push it off the edge with my clumsy fingers. Wait! I bent over the side to grab it, fully expecting it to just fall out of reach and land on the floor into broken pieces. It never did. So let me get this straight. Hold on. Spooky music. Don't you spook me. Listen. Why is this the deal breaker? This dude has 2 horns, elf ears, green skin, a blue tongue, but no. Tail, that's where this lady draws the line. She's like, nope, that's just too out of the ballpark for me. Instead, a long green appendage was twisted around the ceramic mug, securely keeping it in place. Not even a drop had fallen out. My eyes trailed along the length of it until I pinpointed where it came from, behind Michael. The rest of it partially hidden beneath his cardigan. Michael? Is that yours? Michael buried his face in his hands, the strange appendage from before lowering to his side, mug in tow. I'm sorry, Tomb. I think it's time I was honest. That you're a mushroom man? Yeah, man, believe it or not, I kind of put the two together. I kind of got to that conclusion on my own. It was pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. You really made it hard for me to deduce that crazy theory. Oh god, you have more than one. God. Okay, now that's a bit creepy. That one we can freak out about. He lifted his head, fingers carding his hair back to reveal his eyes. I froze as multiple pairs of irises stared into mine, before darting to the side and avoiding my gaze. Oh, don't make Spider Mushroom Man feel bad. He's fine. He's good. I know it's a lot to take in, but this is the real me. Please, don't be scared. What? No, no, listen. I know what you're thinking. This is the time where we freak out and we run away. No, no, we freak out and run away when a man invites us to dinner, but we remain calm when he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 irises. That's perfectly normal. My grip on the kitchen utensils tightened. He looked freaky, yes. It felt unsettling every time he blinked those eyes in succession, even when he wasn't looking at me. But he also looked sad. I swallowed thickly. I'm not scared. Michael's many pupils blew wide, dilating like an excited wildcat. It sent a shiver up my spine. Oh, okay, maybe I'm a little bit scared. Sorry. He hastily grabbed an empty plate and hid behind it, shoulders scrunched up despite his stature. Would it help if I just hide it? I could fix my hair like before, if that's what you prefer. His voice was muffled from behind the ceramic barrier between us. It was kind of endearing. I slowly reached out to touch his hand, the slight brush of my fingertips making him jump in place. Michael. Yeah? Can you put that down? He slowly lowered the plate. His eyes started darting to the side, avoiding me. Can you look at me? Don't look at me like that. Sorry, I just got caught up in your eyes. This is so awkward. His hands were shaking. Poor guy. He's still holding the mug too, man. That's gotta be burning. You can set that down. I looked down at the mug. Still, oh, why do it? See, listen, my brain and her brain, our brains connected. Our brains on the same page. I looked down at the mug still floating next to him, hanging on for dear life. I reached over and plucked it straight out of his grasp. I tentatively took a sip, noticing how Michael was watching me over the rim of the mug. The taste was mildly spicy, with an almost earthy bite to it. I recognized it instantly as ginger tea. It's almost room temperature, but it's still pretty good. Huh? You wanted me to try the tea, right? I like it. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Michael relaxed back into his seat, following my lead as he picked up a fork once more. The silence didn't last long as Michael fidgeted. Are you really okay with this? With me? I gave him a once-over, really taking in his features. His skin, his horns, his tail, his eyes. It's very different than what I'm used to, but I think I can learn to like it. Is that weird to say? I mean, you're not bad to look at. It's actually kind of, damn it, what do I say? Oh, well. I see the multiple endings. It's hot, man. It's getting a little steamy in here. It's attractive, it's unique. It is unique. It is unique. Look at his little face. He's so patient. He's so patient too. Man, it's hot, man. Not gonna lie. It's hot. You're not referring to the temperature, are you? No, I'm not. Oh. My point is, your appearance shouldn't matter. You've been nothing but kind to me so far. I've been the worst kind of person to judge someone based on how they look. I haven't known you that long, but you seem like a really good person. You're fine, Michael. I smiled at him. We are fine. Michael's face had darkened to a deep azure shade by the time I was done talking. I see. He fidgeted some more before nodding, smiling a bit. Thanks, Toom. Oh, now that's terrifying. That right there. That's a terrifying face. I'll cherish this moment forever. He beamed at me enthusiastically as he went back to eating his food. That was something. We continued a bit of small talk, mostly stories about Lodi or snippets from my personal life. Where's my cat? Where's my cat? Wait, hold on. We were looking for a cat. Did we loop back around to the cat situation? We're still looking for the cat. Michael hung on to every word I said, not bothering to elaborate much about himself, despite my burning curiosity. I could tell he was extremely insecure about his appearance, so it's probably best to keep my questions to myself for tonight. We cleared up the kitchen in relative silence, Michael storing away the rest of the pie as I washed the dishes by the sink. Being out here in this remote cabin, I wondered how he had running water. Maybe I'll ask him later. So, things for dinner. No problem. Oh, and please, take the bed for the night. But, you're my guest, and I'm the host. Take the bed, okay? Thanks, Michael. I'll leave first thing in the morning. Michael got quiet, staring at the floorboards. With his hair out of the way, I could finally read his expressions. Did he seem upset? Is that okay? I'd need your help, obviously, but I have to get going at some point. His tail flicked behind him. Yeah, I'll bring you home tomorrow morning. I heaved a sigh of relief. Thanks, Michael. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah. Good night, Tomb. That is the face of a serial killer who is about to tie me to the bed. I have no doubt in my mind he is not letting me go home. Good night, Michael. He seemed really happy being able to say that. I plopped myself down onto Michael's bed, getting comfy beneath the blanket. Michael was gathering some blankets of his home to make a makeshift bed on the floor in front of the fire. He had an impressive collection of knitted items. A comfortable nest was formed in the center of the room. My eyes trailed over his tail, now out in the open as it flicked and swayed. Kinda like a cat. Oh. I miss Lodi. Now with a full stomach, dozing off came easy. I didn't even realize how tired I was. I listened to the gentle crackling of the fire, my vision darkening. Some... Michael, why are you getting so close? Why are your eyes glowing, buddy? What's, Good night, Tomb. That's the end of day 1 for the Mushroom Oasis demo. Tell me what you think of the game, and support feedback is is amazing. I want to play the game. Oh, I want to play the whole game. Thanks for playing. Thank you for making. Hold on, before we end this one, I want to see what the other food option was. Okay, so here it is. I don't eat meat. Good thing I asked. Thanks for letting me know. Let me pick some veggies from the garden and I'll make you something. He left at the back door with a basket, coming back inside surprisingly quick with a smile on his face. Oh, I expected him to toss something in a bowl and have it done just like that, but apparently he had other plans. Well, this guy's going full out. I watched as he washed the veggies thoroughly before chopping them up with an extra sharp knife. Sharp knife? Setting them aside and pulling out a container from the cabinets. He set out a pan on the stove, oiled it up, tossing half of the ingredients and seasoning with them. Oh, so he's doing like a whole... Wow. He strode over the table and set my food in front of... Look at that. Oh. So he made me rice and veggies. Okay, well, so that was one of my questions. Okay, so here was my other question. Here was the last question I had. And that is there another ending if instead of remaining calm, if we just freak out? Monster. Oh, I feel bad now. I flinched as his eyes focused back to me, their sizes turning into slits. No. You're a monster. Tomb. I kicked back against the chair, letting it clatter to the ground as I scrambled to the living room. He was a freak. How did I ever let him get so close to me? I had to escape, now. I ran to the door farthest into the room, hoping it was an exit, rattling the doorknob desperately. It was locked shut. Tomb, please. I abandoned the front door and ran to the window by the bed, my fingernails scraping against the sill. It was sealed tight, the lock barely budging as I tried to twist it with my fingers. Heavy boots slowly coming closer behind me. I spun around to see him at the edge of the doorway, hands up in a careful stance. Tomb, calm down. I'm begging you, just let me explain. Stay away from me. My eyes landed on the basket on the bedside table, the needles glinting against the firelight. Oh, are we gonna murder him? Let's murder him! Let's murder. Why not? Why not murder? I grasped both the needles and pulled them from the yarn, the basket dropping to the floor. Holding them to my chest, I stepped back as Michael came closer, eyes wild as he realized what I held. Hey, look at me, Tomb. You don't want to do this. You're gonna hurt yourself. Let go of those things. You know what? I kind of feel like attacking you, buddy, because you were kind of stalking me in my sleep, and that does not vibe right. Oh, she really just went for it, man. Aiming blindly, I lunged forward. He probably wasn't expecting it, because he hardly moved as I stabbed him straight through his chest. A choked sound made it past his lips before he collapsed. His disgusting pair of eyes dazed, searching the room for me. Tomb? I can't see you. I backed away, my breath lodged in my throat. That's okay. I know you can hear me. This hurts so much. He wheezed out a pained laugh. You know, I was so alone. When you came along, I was so happy. Just to talk to someone, to have dinner with someone. You even liked my cooking. I didn't think it would end this way. Did you really hate the way I looked that much? He laughed bitterly, spitting out some blood. Maybe this was my fate since the beginning. Sorry for everything. At least, I got one wish. I'm not dying alone. Tomb? Are you there? Please. I'm getting cold. Tell me you're there. I didn't realize I had tears streaming down my own face. He sounded so pathetic. I stared down at my hands. The hands that hurt Michael. Had I made a mistake? A sputtered cough snapped my attention back to him. I think this is goodbye, Tomb. But by the will of the forest, He cast one last breath, the sound rattling across the empty cabin as his eyes glassed over completely. I sunk to my knees, hands still shaking. What have I done? Ending 2, you monster. Oh, was I a monster? Now hold on a minute. Okay, so what if we freak out, but then we calm down? Okay, so let's leave them. Defenseless, I faced Michael as he stepped closer. I couldn't stop staring at those eyes. It looked wide and with panic. Okay, listen to me. Everything's gonna be alright. Stay away from me, you freak. Why do you hate me that much? Can't we just start over? I shook my head, backing away from him. Just let me leave. I don't want to be anywhere near you. Michael stopped advancing, hands fisting at his sides. Oh, okay. That's okay. I'll let you go. Oh, God, Jesus. That scared the shit out of me. I screamed as his arms wrapped around me. All I could do was twist in his hold. I felt something tightening around my legs, grip on my chin, forcing me to look at his face. Let go of me. Like, oh, static. Look at his creepy eyes. All I could hear was static. My body went against my will as I slackened against him, limp as a rag doll as his eyes bored straight into mine. Michael's smile was manic. That's it, Firefly. I've caught you now. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Of course. Of course everything's fine. What did you have to worry about anyways? It was just your dear, sweet friend, Michael. Trustworthy Michael. Safe and sound Michael. He was all that you needed. That's right. Settle in, Firefly. I'll take good care of you. I promise. I can't have the real you. But I'll willingly play pretend if it means I get to keep you. Your name is Tomb. You live in the woods with your best friend Michael. You love Michael, and he loves you. You've never had a job. You've never had a cat. You've never left these woods. You've never had a home anywhere else. You're already home. Hey, Firefly. You want to help me with dinner today? Ha! Of course you do. Come on. Ending 3. Playing pretend. Well, thank you guys for watching Mushroom Oasis. I am definitely going to be looking forward to playing the full game of this game because the story's great, and I think Michael's an interesting character. I wasn't sure whether to be freaked out by him. I'm still confused as to why when I left I turned into a mushroom. I don't understand that one, but you know what? That's just how that ending goes. So we're just gonna let that be whatever it will be. We still haven't found our cat though, so hopefully in the full game we get a bit more of an explanation on what happened to Lodi. That's kind of depressing. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you Booskies later. Attractive? You think I'm attractive? Yeah. Oh. My point is... Okay, so that doesn't change. That's what's... No, I don't... I'm not trying to pull up my email. Hold on. Get the fuck out of here, you little fucking desktop. Get out of here. Okay. Let me go back. Unique? Oh. I get what you mean by unique. I mean, being unique isn't a bad thing. I like unique. You do? Yeah. I think we did do good. I think we did good. Yep. Firefly, that's me. I'm Firefly.